Today, we are diving into the core ideas from Thibaut Maurice's Master Your Emotions. We're going to unpack a really practical guide for turning your feelings from something that happens to you into your single greatest asset. And this one idea right here is the absolute foundation for everything we're about to cover. When you start seeing your emotions as signals, you get to choose your response. You're no longer just controlled by an impulse. It's a total game changer. So what does this really mean in practice? Well, the crucial point is to stop seeing emotions as enemies you have to fight or suppress. Instead, start seeing them as data, pure information that can guide your decisions and your energy. Think about it like this. Emotional pain works just like physical pain. If you touch a hot stove, the pain isn't the real problem, right? It's a powerful signal telling you to move your hand. Your emotions are the exact same thing. They're just signals that you need to pay attention and maybe, just maybe, make a change. Okay, that makes sense, but if they're just signals, why do they sometimes feel so intense, so completely overwhelming? Well, to get that, we've got to look at how our brains are wired for survival. You see, your brain's number one job isn't actually to make you happy. Its main job is to keep you alive. And to do that, it's constantly scanning your environment for potential threats. And that's exactly why something small, like a simple criticism at work or feeling ignored online, can trigger this massive survival response even when there's no actual real danger to you. That inner alarm is just a little sensitive. So we know our brain has this, let's call it an overactive alarm system. What do we do about it? How do we manage it? Well, this is where it gets really practical. We're going to walk through a toolkit with 3 key techniques for getting some emotional clarity. The very first tool is all about creating a little bit of space. It's about this powerful realization that feelings are just temporary events passing through. They don't define you. You experience them, but you are not them. And this simple shift in language is so powerful. Going from I am frustrated to I notice I'm experiencing frustration, that creates this tiny gap. And in that gap, that's where you find your power. It loosens the emotion's grip and gives your rational mind a chance to step in. All right, tool number 2. This one is all about becoming a better storyteller. Why? Because most of our suffering doesn't actually come from the event itself. Nope, it comes from the story we tell ourselves about what that event means. Just look at the difference here. It's night and day. The old story, I'm not good enough, where does that even lead you? It's a total dead end. But the new story, my communication needs refinement. Suddenly, you have a path forward. You have something to work on. See? You get to choose the story that actually helps you grow. And now for our third tool, and this one might be the quickest and simplest of them all. And it's this. Use your body to change your mind. It sounds almost too simple, but your physical state has a direct line to your emotional state. What's happening here is you're literally sending a signal to your nervous system to calm down. That longer exhale is key. It's a physical reset that helps you hit the pause button, so you can respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting on pure impulse. So we've got these 3 amazing tools, right? Detach, reframe, and reset. But here's the thing, they're not just for damage control in tough moments. The real goal here is to use them to turn those very moments into fuel for your own growth. So instead of trying to turn off that blinking warning light or just ignore the annoying beep, you have to lean in and ask, okay, what is this trying to tell me? Because those recurring negative emotions, they're often pointing directly to something in your life that's out of alignment. And this, for me, is where it all just clicks into place. Look at this. That constant stress might be telling you your environment isn't working for you. Resentment could be a sign your boundaries are too weak. And jealousy, this is a huge one. It's not just a bad feeling. It's a giant signpost pointing directly to an ambition you're ignoring. Every single one is a clue. But let's be real for a second. This isn't a magic trick or some one-time fix. Real emotional mastery is a skill you build. And just like any other skill, it comes from conscious, consistent practice over time. Think of it like this. Your daily habits are literally rewiring your brain's default settings. What you practice consistently is what you become. And so you can intentionally train your mind to start looking for progress instead of constantly scanning for problems. And these actions you see here, they aren't just feel-good fluff. This is brain training. You are literally building new neural pathways. that make more positive emotional responses your new default.
All of this really boils down to one ultimate choice you get to make in any given moment. It's the choice to live above the line. In every single tough situation, you're at a fork in the road. Are you going to react from that place of fear and defensiveness? Or are you going to respond with real intention and a desire to grow?
So, what does that actually look like? Well, living below the line means being defensive, blaming others, always needing to be right. But when you choose to live above the line, you shift. You get curious instead of defensive. You listen instead of just arguing. You turn every single challenge into a genuine opportunity to learn. So, as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to carry with you today. Because your feelings, they really do contain valuable wisdom, but only if you're willing to pause and actually listen. When you truly understand your emotions, you stop being dragged around by them. You start using them for what they really are: powerful data to help you create the life you actually want. Master your feelings, and then you can design your direction.